What is up, everybody? It's Saturday, kind of a chill day. So my phone rings and it's Mark, and he's like, "Where are you at?" He goes, "Where are you at?" I'm like, I'm at the house making some macaroni and cheese. He goes, "Okay." He goes, "I did something stupid." I don't know what that means because Mark does all kinds of stupid stuff. But it turns out he's up on top of a bus fixing or cleaning or something, and he kicked his ladder over and he's down at the shop by himself. So he said, "I'm not going to be finished for like 20 minutes, so, you know, finish what you're doing and come down." So we're on a quest to save Uncle Mark. While we're there, I figure we will do an overview on Jeff. All right, you guys are going to get a full throttle in the old van. Here we go. Foot to the floor, foot to the floor. It's a 55 here, so we'll take it to 60. Boom, look at that. That was like not a very fast 0 to 60. Oh, there he is. There he is. He's stuck up on top there. Hey everybody, as I told you on the drive down here, we're going to do an overview of Jeff. So, if you want to...
El Jefe.
Yeah, El Jefe. So,
that means the boss.
yes, this has so much stuff done to it. I mean, these are all the mods to Jeff. Like, I'm not going to talk about everything, but that's a lot. So, we'll just start with the obvious. So, we've got these Regamaster wheels, and they are 18 by 10, maybe 18 by 10 and a half. Wrapped in Toyo R888Rs. It's what we got for banging gears. And it's got endless front and rear brakes. These things are massive. I thought they were R35 brakes at first because just like how big they are, but turns out they're not. It's got the N1 side skirts. It's got this sweet carbon fiber top secret front lip. That's actually kind of a rare piece. And also, this is a carbon fiber FRP top secret. It's a top secret FRP front splitter. It's got these custom seats. They're just these Recaros that have this yellow. I wish so much that these actually fit with me in it. But unfortunately, we're probably gonna have to pull these out and get some Brid Lomaxes like are in the black car, because these I sit too high. When Bangin' Gears ever comes out, you will see that I'm like leaned back like a Fat Joe song. Like, so I'm leaned back so that my head will fit. Also, it's got a Samsonite sequential in it, and that thing is so sick. It's a 6-speed, so the coolest thing about the 6-speed is, well, obviously there's 6 gears, but what I really like about it is it's got 437 final drive gears. So when we were on Banging Gears, I think we went 130 miles an hour in the quarter mile, but we were at like 5,600 RPM in 6 gears. So we're probably gonna have to change that out if we decide to do some more racing at high end, because this car is just not made to go 200 miles an hour. Although the previous owner, Jeff, he had it spec'd out to where I believe it was going to go to 9,500 RPM. And I think it goes to like 185 at that. But that could be wrong.
I don't think we should go that high.
No, I don't want to go that fast.
Well, and in the RPM for that long. I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy. So this car, I've talked about it a lot. It's Jeff. It is previously owned by a really good friend of mine. His name's Jeff. And he had almost sold me this car a couple of times because the people that originally imported and built this car blew the motor on the dyno. And so he had to get it rebuilt, or he had to buy one. So he bought this Rips.
And then it got lost.
Yeah, I was going to get to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So he bought this Rips RB30 built by Rips
RB32
in New Zealand. Yeah, and it was stroked using the Nitto stroker kit to a 3.2. And he calls me one day or texts me or something, and he's like, I've had enough. And I think this is the second time. He's like, I've had enough. I've had enough of this car. I don't want it anymore. The motor's lost. I think my wife's gonna kill me. I don't know if he said that. I'm putting that in there. Just dramatizing the situation. But he's like, I can't put any more time and money into this car. Do you want to buy the chassis? And actually, I think that was before the Samsonas. Jeff, in the comments, let me know. Did you have the transmission when this happened? But anyways, like a few months later, he just like texted me. He's like, dude, it showed up at my house today. So motor got put in. He sent it to a couple of different shops, got it kind of put together, and honestly, the work that was done to it was terrible. Our guy Sheldon with Maris Sport right back there, and Mark actually did so much work to this car to get it back together. The wiring was abysmal. It was real bad. So,
and enough self-tappers to build a barn.
there's so many self-tappers in this car. So it's got the custom-built RB30, JE pistons, the Rips block brace, ARP 625, bolts and head studs, ARP main studs, ACL bearings, Nitto head gasket, Nitto crank collar, Rips extended sound, Rips throttle, intake plenum, Rips vented catch can, Rips cam covers, and tough mount engine mounts. And I don't know what those tough mount engine mounts are, but you feel everything in this car. Everything I think is like basically solid bushings, because it's like part of what we love about it. The head is actually a Head Games RB26 head, and it's CNC ported. It's got fair valves, GSC springs, and shimless buckets. Kobe. And Kelford 272 cams. That's one of the main differences between this car and the Garage Active car is this has a 282 cam in it. This has a 272, so it's going to be a bunch more blah, 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 blah. So it's also got the PRP trigger kit, PRP billet oil pump, a new RB26 water pump, HKS cam gears. You can see them right there. R35 PRP ignition kit, PRP head drain, and PRP alternator kit with brand new LS alternator. I really like the radium stuff. It's got the radium fuel rail, the radium FPR. It's got the ID 1700 injectors, not 750s. It's got the dual Walboro 450 pumps in it. And these turbos, it's pretty sweet. It's got the EFR 7163 twin turbo kit. And the RB30, if you're a SKYLINE guy, which you probably are if you're still watching this video, this sits, I believe it's 30
mil.
Yeah, 30 millimeters taller than the standard RB26. And that's not a problem in the 33 and the 34, but in the 32, it's kind of a problem. So you have to get the PRP subframe spacers. When we got this car, it had an 1.5 inch subframe spacer, and so the geometry was all jacked up. Mark pulled those out and machined them down to the 30 millimeters. So those work great. But these turbos sit so tall. Come and show it real quick. You can just see they just sit real tall above everything else. So we got this Cybon hood, and we had to do a little clearancing. I was hoping that it would stick out a bit more so you knew what it was, and it would look more like a male appendage when the hood's down. But good old Jeff, he upgraded both the wastegate and the blow-off valve, so both of those are upgraded. So these turbos, they eat. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that I bought a really big, massive single for this, which I'm probably going to sell. But because I just was like, this is going to max out at 1,000 horsepower, and I thought that'd be a problem. But we kind of actually really like the way that this car performs right now. It's always got power. It's kind of always in boost. It's got tons of torque. When we downed it, it did 600 and horsepower like on the dot, and I think it was 529 or 539 torque, which is a lot for a straight six. So we're going to leave these on unless something happens, because I want to do a lot more road racing. We had so much fun at banging gears with it. Let's see, it's got the PRP trans cross brake, the direct clutch services twin plate clutch, which we thought was a pile of crap. Nothing against you guys. We just thought that it was bad when we were down shooting banging gears. But luckily, shout out Adam LZ. He helped us diag the issue, and we got it taken care of. So it's got a Tilton hydraulic release bearing, drive shaft, carbon fiber drive shaft, Quay front diff, Nismo 1.5 in the back, and as I mentioned earlier, the GTS4 437.5 final drive. It's also got the full race ETS Pro controller, Olin's DFV coilovers. These coilovers, I put Fortunatos on everything. I love the way Fortunatos go. So I was gonna reach out to him before banging gears to see if I could get some new ones. But Jeff, you got some real good coilovers on this, so I didn't have to. It's got GK Tech upper control arms, SPL rear traction arm, SPL rear upper control arms. It's got a Hikis Delete, Cusco front. Oh, I sold the Cusco front sway bar. Sorry, Jeff. But it's got a Cusco rear strut tower brace, oh, never mind. I do have the. I don't know what that is.
We have another strut brace upstairs.
Oh, it's probably that then. Okay. It's got. Talked about the brakes.
Did you say that it's got R35 coil packs?
Yep, said that. It's got 90 millimeter Midori CB 90 millimeter titanium front pipe, and then a least spec 90 millimeter catback. Greddy 100 millimeter intercooler, HKS oil cooler, Haltech Elite 2500 ECU. The seats are Recaro
IC7 dash.
SR4, yep. And shout out Haltech. Thank you guys so much for all you do for me. Yeah, it's got the Recaro S4 or SR4 seats. My favorite Ducati is the Ducati Monster S4R, so I keep messing that up. SR4 seats, 6-point bolt-in cage, which it's gonna eventually get a bigger one.
Yeah, it'll get a cage kits. Yeah.
Yeah. So
both the cars will get. Well,
yeah,
actually, that car, this car, and this car will all eventually get.
And maybe that car will.
Yeah, probably.
We'll see. We haven't told it publicly, but we blew the motor in this car like right before banging gears. But not a big deal. It just sucks. It's just money to spend. So eventually we'll get a new motor in that. If you want to sponsor somebody and you build R35 motors,
we're your boys.
But I can speak to this, and Mark can speak to this as well. When we got this car, we 100% thought we were going to have it for a year, and then we were going to sell it. We kind of fell in love with the car. You know?
Yeah.
I'll take over. So your
arms are tired.
Your arms are probably pretty tired.
Yeah,
You're stuck. Yeah. So
I don't know what to do with my hands.
So we really did fall in love with this car. It's special. It's the yellow paint, you know, the no wing. I usually just do not like R34 or R32s or really any Skylines without that rear spoiler. But this rear little spoiler or gurney flap or whatever you want to call it, it's just so cool. It just really fits the car. And Jeff has a good following, I think.
Yeah, people ask us where Jeff is all the time.
Yeah.
Like, is Jeff here?
Yeah.
Like, I was at a drift event and somebody was like, "Hey, did you guys bring Jeff down?" And I was like,
"For a drift event?
You see it?"
As much as I would love to put it sideways on a track, I just don't think that's ever going to happen. So let's hop in and show me what you installed on this just the other day. It's not all the way installed.
Yeah.
It's not all the way installed, but
I took the master off. I just put a handbrake in. I took the master out because I'm getting fittings. But yeah, this car's getting a handbrake. I did one event without it just to do it. But I got this off Amazon for $40. So
if it works, everything's getting one, even your truck.
Yeah, for sure. So, and then the cool thing is you can put the upgraded Willwood
hydraulic thing,
master cylinder on the back if my $40 one from Amazon fails. So anyways, this still has drum brakes and this does absolutely
nothing.
So this should be cool.
So what is that attached to? If you don't know, I'll cut this out. But
Oh no, what do you mean? What, like the
so like
lines?
yeah, well, when you do that, like how's it going to stop the
I'm
car?
gonna run lines because it still has drums, but they're hydraulic. They still use brake fluid. So I'll go in. So it's an inline. So the fluid can still go through the master cylinder. So when I hit my foot on the brake, the back will still work. But this will just lock the rears up and I won't have to put my foot on the brake. So
nice.
This will it's just an inline brake system. So I just have to tie into the rear lines that go back. So they're like GK Tech makes, like Sam's car, he just ordered a kit and came with everything. I'm not going to do dual calipers because it doesn't even have calipers in the back. So I'm just going to tie right into the brake lines, put a union in, and run some lines down to the brake lines somewhere. And then, yeah, there's a drift event in a week and a half, actually a week from today, that I'm planning on driving at. So I need to try to get this done tonight as soon as I'm done working.
Sweet.
So that it's ready, because I get my son back this week. So my after work shenanigans are minimum.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching clear to the end of this video. We got some good stuff coming up, so catch you later.